We're looking into a picture going around online this month. It claims to show a screenshot of a 2002 episode of The Simpsons that eerily mirrors real-life events.
The Simpsons, the way it has entertained us for over 2 decades with its sharp wit and satire. But is there more to it than meets the eye? From time to time, this animated sitcom seems to have made predictions that leap from the screen into real life. From breakthroughs in technology to earth-shattering events worldwide, their foresight is nothing short of uncanny. As 2025 approaches, let's delve into some of the eeriest predictions. Coincidence, clever writing, or something much more mysterious? Stick with us until the very end, where we reveal the truth behind these astounding reveals.
Not the end of the world.
Let's start with a spine-chilling moment that took the internet by storm. A 2002 episode of The Simpsons shows Donald Trump touching a glowing orb, flanked by 2 Middle Eastern-looking men. Fast forward to 2017. President Trump, alongside the King of Saudi Arabia and the President of Egypt, recreated this surreal image in real life during the inauguration of a global center. How could a cartoon from decades ago capture this moment so accurately? Was it pure coincidence? Or did The Simpsons tap into something far beyond our understanding? Probably the most spoken about predictions have to do with Donald Trump's presidency. First mentioned in the 1998 episode Bart to the Future, this was a huge shock to the world in 2016. And it doesn't stop there. It also predicted a Trump 2024 campaign way in advance. The show, in another episode, teased that Ivanka Trump was going to run for president in 2028. Is The Simpsons mapping out America's political future, or are we living out a script they have already written? Artificial intelligence is no longer the fantasy of sci-fi movies. In a 2016 episode, The Simpsons took us to an amusement park completely run by robots.
My cat's breath smells like cat food.
That's nice, Ralph, but we're sort of in a hurry.
I choo-choo-choo-choo.
What starts off as an interesting attraction soon spirals into chaos as the AI rebels against humanity. Today, this doesn't seem so far-fetched. From self-driving cars to robot waiters in Japan, AI is becoming a part of everyday life. But with experts like Jürgen Schmidhuber warning of runaway technological growth, could The Simpsons be hinting at a darker future for us all? Imagine a world where one can understand a baby's every cry, giggle, and gurgle. In the classic episode, The Simpsons introduced a device that translates a baby's sounds into words, and at that time, it was hilarious and far-fetched. Today, though, researchers are studying sound analysis technology that could well just make this a thing. Could this invention change parenting forever, with sleepless nights now a distant memory? It's another of those Simpsons predictions that treads a fine line between comedy and chilling accuracy. What if you could have a 5-star meal without having to leave your living room? In one freaky Treehouse of Horror episode, Homer and Marge dine on virtual food while donning VR headsets. While it sounded utterly ridiculous at the time, it's companies today working on immersive dining with the use of virtual reality. From cruise ships to high-tech restaurants, the concept of VR dining is getting more concrete, proving once again how The Simpsons called it. In an episode with a holographic invitation, The Simpsons showed us what could well be our future. One where holograms replace our regular means of communication. Nowadays, high-definition holograms are not just fantasies. Already, devices such as Dremok blow our minds with 3D projections. Is this the next step in digital evolution? Think about a world where holographic messages will be as normal as video calls today. It is exciting and partly creepy to think about what the future holds. In one surreal moment, The Simpsons once took it even further, with subliminal messages in pop music. A boy band's hit single actually had hidden encouragement to join the Navy. Preposterous, right? Well, history teaches us that the medium of music has been used as a form of propaganda and persuasion. Maybe this goofy episode was really one of those quiet little reminders about how easily our minds can be controlled. In the 1993 episode Marge in Chains, Springfield grapples with a flu epidemic that eerily resembles real-life pandemics.
Mother, get an extra special hug ready. I bought you a new juicer. Good Lord, flu germs entering every orifice in my head.
The COVID-19 crisis unfolded more than 2 decades later, strangely reminiscent of how the show plotted the story. In the 90s, this premise, a virus leaping from unusual objects into humans, seemed unreachable. Then came 2020. Was this another example of The Simpsons forecasting the future, or the weakness of our globally interconnected overexposure? Flying cars, those things of science fiction dreams. And another one of those Simpsons predictions. In a 2005 episode, Bart and Lisa see a future of flying cars as common as bicycles. Well, companies like Samsung Sky will turn that into your reality. Recently, their Switchblade flying car took to the skies for 500 feet, inching us toward a world where jams up in the air could happen. Still, at $170,000, this is one futuristic convenience still out of reach for many. The thought of that Simpson-esque future does not seem so far-fetched anymore. There's this sense of foreboding subtext to some Simpsons episodes, like the apocalypse is going to happen. From rogue AI and global pandemics to environmental collapse, the show has subtly painted a world teetering on the edge. In one episode, Springfield is engulfed in chaos as society crumbles, a terrifying glimpse of what might occur should humanity lose its way.
Doomsayer Homer Simpson is predicting the world will end next Wednesday. Homer, what turned you from sad drunk to mad monk?
Funny story, Kent. It's the end of the world!
Could these episodes be cautionary tales urging us to act before it's too late? Finally, we revisit an older episode where Homer jokingly warns about World War III. While it was meant to be a comedic jab, today's escalating global tensions make it feel like a haunting prophecy. Could The Simpsons be hinting at events far graver than we'd like to imagine? But let's not forget, the heart of The Simpsons is its ability to balance dark humor with hope. Even in the most catastrophic scenarios, it manages to remind us of the resilience of humanity. From Marge's unwavering optimism to Lisa's boundless intellect, there's always a glimmer of light. Maybe these predictions are not just warnings, but calls to action, to innovate, to prepare, and to hope for a brighter future. So, what can we make from everything? Extremely astute Simpsons writers, or is it something mystical that happens?